I want to say I started experiencing symptoms of anxiety and depression like around like my 12th grade year, so like when I was like 16, 17 years old. I'd probably say like the pressure of school probably brought it to the forefront, and I was going through like a lot of family issues also at the time. It's just like you don't, like, well, my experience is like I just didn't want to be here. I didn't know what I was doing on earth exactly, like what was my purpose. Like you feel like there's something missing from yourself, but you don't know what is missing from yourself. And like you can go out in public and be with your friends and laugh and smile, and then come home and be like hella sad, and like it's like something missing. Like when I'm like feeling like really anxious, like my heart is like ridiculous. Like it's like my experience with anxiety has been like you said, social anxiety. So like going out, like I have to like really prep myself to be ready to go out and be a sociable person. Like I very much prefer to like have stuff planned ahead of time so that I could like, unless that's like with people like I'm already comfortable with, but like if I have to go out and meet with somebody like I have never hung out with, like I need time to prep. I feel like I can't control like my actions. Like I'll shake and like people knows like I'm shaking or something, like I'll tap my leg and it's like it'll be absent-minded, like I won't even know that I'm doing it, but like I'll just be tapping. Like I got used to being like alone, like really quickly and like self-pacifying, I would say. Like not saying like I would be over it, but like I got really good at pushing stuff like under the rug. I was taught like as a kid you're to be seen and not heard, so I wasn't really a talker. I was a crier. That's how I got my emotions out. And so like growing up, like as I got older and older, like I would get made fun of for crying a lot, and like a lot of people didn't understand, like that's just how I deal with my emotions. Like I might not be sad, I might like be hella pissed right now, but I'm a cry though. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how I express my emotions. I got into like a really big fight with my dad. Like it was like one of our worst fights. And I came to a point where I just figured like I was going to just like leave. I was going to go to my friend's house. I was like, at this point in my head, like I was like, I'm gone. Like I need to go. So give me all my stuff. So I was like, can I have my mom's pictures? Like I said, my mom passed when I was like really young. So to like make me mad, he was like, he had thrown them away. And so then like, that's just like clicked. And like, I just clicked. Like I got like really mad, and I ended up breaking his room door. Like I kicked it off the hinges. Like I had never gotten that angry before. So like, and like to react that way, like I was like, I don't even know where I got the strength. Like I was like, you see how little I am. I don't even know where I got the strength to break a door like off the hinges. So like, I was like, I probably need to go talk to someone. And the only place that I knew to go for mental health was CPEP. Like I was talking to the lady, the therapist, the psychiatrist, and I was telling her how I ended up there that day. And like, she was just like, based off me just like the way I was vocalizing, the way I was talking to her and telling my story, like how I even got to that point to being there that day, she was like, she could tell like I have major depression and anxiety. But having a parent with a mental illness, like you have to like come with thick skin, and you grow up really fast, like because you see things really early on. Like there were some nights like they might come get me because my father's having an episode and I have to leave in the middle of the night to go spend the night somewhere else type. And I have to go to school for somebody else's house. And I have to do this. So like stuff like that. So like growing up with my father and like in mental illness, and like I have to discern like who's my father and when he's having an episode kind of. So like sometimes we'll get into it and he'll say something like really mean or really hurtful. And like I have to remember like it might not be him talking, like he's having an episode. When I wanted to start Fuck Depression, I knew like off the rip Sonny and Johnny were going to be included. And I knew I could depend on them because like whenever I can call Johnny at 11 o'clock, like I need this drawn up, and if she could do it right then, she'll probably do it right then. Like so, I knew I could depend on them, so that's why I have them included with me. Fuck Depression came out like before, like I want to say like literally the night before Blackout. I want to say like I had talked to Johnny like a couple weeks before that, and she had like just recently like sent me the sketches for the stuff, and I'm just like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, Blackout's tomorrow. And I was like, I know Blackout creates a lot of traffic to where like the audience I'm trying to reach is African American youth anyway. So like the blackout is going, like I was like, it's fuck depression is for everyone. First of all, I want to let that know. It's like for every color, every nationality, everyone. But we are focusing on African American mental health, black mental health, because it is not taken as seriously. And I just want really fuck depression just be an inspiration for everybody, just like to accept themselves for what they are. And just like, you're like, fuck depression, basically like your depression does not define who you are. So fuck it. It's like, it's a part of me, but it does not define me. So fuck it. Like when we talk about fuck depression, it's called fuck depression because it's not for your parents, it's for the youth. Like, you know, like nobody gonna understand you like somebody who you have common ground with. So that's why we took the route with calling it what we called it. Like a lot of people ask us like, why did you call it that? It's like because at first we wanted it to, like when somebody sees our t-shirts, like off the rip, they're like, what? Like what's on your shirt? Like, so like, and then like to see the depression behind it, then they're gonna ask you about that, and they're gonna want to know, and it's gonna create awareness, and like a lot of people are going to be more informed, and like especially like people from like all different backgrounds have purchased shirts from us. So it's like it's crazy. Like it was like because I come from a hood background. Like I grew up in third world, Southeast is where I grew up. So like for me to come out like the hood and just like talk mental health, like that's just like what I want to do. Like I want to bring the awareness to the hood, like because we do go through it too. Like depression is very much so prominent, but it's like not talked about because you're not allowed to be weak. Like you're seen as weak when you show emotions, and I was like, it should not be that way. In the support group aspect, like I want to take fuck depression to, like I wanted to make it a support group, like where like I might do events in the city, like certain like and like where we will like people who have mental illnesses and stuff like that, and people who would have probably felt like they had nobody to talk to, like we could come together like and meet people alike. Once you accept yourself completely for who you are and love yourself completely, like you even have to love yourself in depression. Like when you're depressed, you still have to love yourself, like because nobody's going to treat you better than you are going to treat you. Nobody's going to love you like how you are going to love you. Like you have to love yourself the most. Once you accept yourself and like you love yourself, and you can't really care like about what other people have to say about you. Like I also learned that too. You can't really worry about, like once you put your foot into that door or you stand firmly in yourself, you cannot worry about what everybody else has to say about you. You are your own person. So like you have to stand in who you are. And like once you don't worry about like what like social standards or whatever you feel like you're supposed to be, and just be who you are, you'll be fine.
I want the top of the building, I want the steak with the shrimp, I want the skirt with the whip, I want the skirt with the tits, I want the tongue with the lips, I want it giving me shit, I want to throw me a fit, I want to hit me a lick, I want to chop up a brick, I want to smoke me a cig, I want to feel like shit, nothing the bottom, the darkest the dog can get, I'ma just go ahead and dip, I'ma just solo the shit, I'ma just focus and shit, I'ma just back on my shit, I'ma just know as a tip, I'ma just verbal